Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivsadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivsadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapt Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Lo Sri Radhe Golokana Bhagwan Ki
Jai.
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone.
Krishna. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ravi. Hare Krishna. Hello, Sumit.
Jai Shri Krishna, Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna. So, yesterday we read Shlok 43. Right, where Sud Goswami Ji is saying that thus Bhishma Dev merged himself in the Super Soul Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with his mind, speech, sight and actions, and thus he became silent and his breathing stopped. Right? So Bhishma Pitama इस तरह से अपने शरीर का त्याग करते हैं, but his soul is merged in the super soul, and the way is like Krishna evam Bhagavati, mano मन से वाग वाणी दृष्टि और वृत्ति भी सब action से, he merges himself in the super soul. So we saw a beautiful Bhishma Stuti yesterday, right? And it continues. So Sampadimana Magyaya Bhishma Brahmani Niskale Sarve Babhuste Tusnim Vaya Sivadinate. Knowing that Bhishma Dev had merged into the unlimited eternity of the Supreme Absolute, all present there became silent like birds at the end of the day. Anil?
Tatra dundu bhayo nedurdeva manava vadita sashamsu sadhavo ragyam khat petu pushpabrasteyaha. Thereafter, both men and demigods sounded drums in honor, and the honest royal order commenced demonstrations of honor and respect. And from the sky fell showers of flowers. Hare Krishna.
Right, so from the sky fell showers of the flowers. Pushpa Vrishtayaha hai, because Bhishma Pitama is there, right? So all the devatas from the different loks, from the higher loks, right? From everywhere, the flowers are being coming from the sky itself. Nisha?
तस्य निर्हरणादीनि सम्परे तस्य भार्गव युधिष्ठिरः कारयित्वा मुहूर्तं दुःखितो अभवत्. O descendant of Bhragu, Shaunaka, after performing funeral rituals for the dead body of Bhishmadeva, Maharaj Yudhishthir was momentarily overtaken with grief. Hare Krishna.
Tarun? Tarun, you are on mute.
Sorry. Tustatuvur munayo rishtaha Krishnam tad guya namabhi tataste Krishna Radheya swasranam prayayu punah. all the great sages then glorified Lord Sri Krishna, who was present there, by confidential Vedic hymns. Then all of them returned to their respective hermitages, bearing always Lord Krishna within their hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So all the great sages, and who were all present there? Who were all present? The Bhishma Pitama, right? Previously we had the shlok. Which all great sages? Kaun se, right? So we had Dev Rishi Narad, Ved Vyas ji, right? Atri Muni, and all the big rishis were present. Yeah. So what they did now? So they now glorified Lord Krishna because they are going back. So they glorified Lord Krishna and Krishna Hridaya hai. So keeping Lord Krishna within their heart, right? हृदय में विराजमान करके स्व आश्रमान स्वयं के आश्रम में प्रययुः पुनः वापस प्रस्थान कर गए. Right? But the important thing is they glorified Lord Sri Krishna and kept Lord Krishna within their hearts, and they went back to their ashram. And they are all the like Dev Rishi Narad and Ved Vyas ji and all the Sarvasreshth Munis. Ravi?
ततो युधिष्ठिरो गत्वा सह कृष्णो गजाह्यहम् पितरं सांत्वयामास गांधारी च तपस्विनीम्. Therefore Maharaj Yudhishthira at once went to his capital Hastinapur, accompanied by Lord Krishna, and there he consoled his uncle and aunt Gandhari, who was an ascetic. Hare Krishna.
Tapashwini. Right? Good. So they are back to Hastinapur. Sumit?
Pitra Chanumato Raja Vasudeva Namodita Chakar Rajyam Dharmen Pritapet Mahavibhu. After this, the great religious king, Maharaja Yudhishthira, executed the royal power in the kingdom strictly, according to the codes of royal principles approved by his uncle and confirmed by Lord Sri Krishna.
Lord Krishna,
Hare
right?
Krishna.
So Maharaj Yudhishthira is leading now. So how he is leading? Vasudeva Anumodita hai, right? Based on Vasudev, Sri Krishna's directions, and Pitra Petamaham Vibhu hai, right? Bhishma Pitama. Remember, like Maharaj Yudhishthira asked Bhishma Pitama to explain about all the dharmas and everything else, and Bhishma Pitama explained. And of course, Maharaj Yudhishthira himself was a big Dharmaraj, right? So then he was leading the kingdom based on the royal principles approved by Lord Krishna himself. So it's interesting that elections are on here, right? And what it says is that these days, right? See how Maharaj Yudhishthira is the ideal monarch, and monarchy under a trained king like Maharaja Yudhishthira is by far the most superior form of government. Superior to modern republics or governments of the people by the people. And why is that? Because, it's being said that the mass of people, especially in this age of Kali, are all born like Sudras, right? Basically low-born, ill-trained, unfortunate, and badly associated, right? So based on the behavior of most of the people, as we can see in Kali Yuga, eating habits, other behaviors, and all those things in the age of Kali are like Sudras. Right? So it's not just like by born, like some caste or something. It's like by behavior and Achran say how people are in Kali Yuga. So it's interesting that what has been written here, right? So what happens is the people who are going to vote, they themselves don't know the highest perfectional aim of life. Like what is really the goal of the life, right? So therefore votes cast by them actually have no value, right? And thus persons elected by such irresponsible votes, they cannot be responsible representatives like Maharaja Yudhishthira, right? So we see this all over the place these days. So it's interesting that we are reading it today, and the election results are being announced in here. But in any case, I think this was a great chapter on the Bhishma Pitama Stuti. This ends the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the first canto, 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagvatam, entitled The Passing Away of Bhishma Dev in the Presence of Lord Krishna. So, bolo Bhishma Pitama ki jai.
Jai.
Ki jai. So, we have Rasiksham Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So, would you like to say anything? We have completed chapter 9 of Bhishma Pitama. The Stuti. I think we saw it almost 3 times last week or this week. 3 times we heard Bhishma Stuti, which was really great. If you want to say a few words.
तो भीष्मदेव आपने देखा कि भीष्मदेव एक धर्म के बहुत बड़े अधिकारी हैं, महाजन हैं, इसलिए उनके समस्त विश्व में नहीं, तीनों लोक में उनका कीर्ति पताका फैला हुआ था। और जब उनको समय आया शरीर छोड़ने के लिए, तो ये बहुत महान घटना बन गया और सारे ऋषि मुनि देवगण भी वहां उपस्थित हो गए। सतयुग से लेकर के द्वापर तक जितने भी बड़े बड़े ऋषि मुनि थे, यहाँ तक सप्तर्षि ऋषि भी वहां पर उपस्थित थे, परशुराम जी भी वहां उपस्थित थे। और उनकी भक्ति के बारे में कब पता चलता है कि वो बोलते हैं भगवान को, वो आग्रह कर सकते हैं कि प्रभु जब मैं शरीर छोड़ूं तो आप मेरे सामने रहना। और भीष्म पितामह को उस प्रार्थना से 2-3 चीजें हमको क्लियर हुआ है कि हमको किस तरह से अपने जीवन की तैयारी करना चाहिए, जिसमें हम लोग भगवान का स्मरण करते। भीष्म पितामह बता रहे हैं और एक एक जो रिसेंट का उनका जो भगवान का उन्होंने जो देखा था पास्ट टाइम, उसको स्मरण कर रहे हैं। वो जो अभी रिसेंट क्या घटना हुई थी कुरुक्षेत्र में, कुरुक्षेत्र में भगवान का वो जो स्वरूप है वो याद कर रहे हैं। अच्छा, भगवान उनके साथ क्या कर रहे हैं, भगवान उनके साथ जो आदान प्रदान कर रहे हैं व्यवहार का, प्रभुपाद जी तात्पर्य में लिखते हैं कि भगवान का जो शरीर है वो क्या है, वो सच्चिदानंद विग्रह है। उस विग्रह में ब्लड का आस्था नहीं है, लेकिन जब भीष्म पितामह बाण मार रहे थे तो उनके शरीर से क्या आ रहे थे, ब्लड आ रहे थे। तो प्रभुपाद लिखते हैं कि भीष्म पितामह के उस वो जो ट्रांजैक्शन था, वो व्यवहार का जो ट्रांजैक्शन था, भगवान उसका भी प्रत्युत्तर दे रहे हैं, ब्लड उनके बॉडी से आ रहा है। तो भीष्म पितामह वीर रस में, भक्ति का जो रस है वो एक शांत रस होता है, दास से वीर रस है। भक्ति प्रभुपाद जी लिखते हैं तात्पर्य में कि जैसे कोई फूल का माला पहनाता हो, इस तरह का आभास जब भीष्म पितामह बाण भगवान को मारते थे तो उनको भगवान को महसूस होता था। उनकी भक्ति को इस प्रकार से भगवान स्वीकार कर रहे थे। तो इस तरह से भीष्म पितामह की महान था। और भीष्म पितामह ने अपने शरीर छोड़ने के द्वारा हमको उनसे शिक्षा लेना चाहिए कि किस प्रकार से हमको जीवन की तैयारी करके अंतिम यात्रा पूर्ण करना चाहिए, यानी मृत्यु की पूर्ण करना चाहिए भगवान को स्मरण करते।
हरे कृष्णा, थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी। Cool. So now we will continue with chapter 10 and अध्याय 10 है डिपार्चर ऑफ लॉर्ड कृष्णा फॉर द्वारिका। आप पढ़ेंगे रसिक श्याम प्रभु?
पढ़ता हूँ। हत्वा सुरिकथ स्पृध आततायिनो शौनक उवाच हत्वा स्वरिक्वथ स्पृध आततायिनो युधिष्ठिरो धर्मभृता वरिष्ठः सहानुजहि प्रत्यरुद्ध भोजनः कथं प्रवृत्तः किं कार्यसि ततः। Shaunak Muni asked, after killing his enemies who desired to usurp his rightful inheritance, how did the greatest of all religious men, Maharaj Yudhishthira, assisted by his brothers, rule his subject, surely he could not freely enjoy his kingdom with unrestricted consciousness.
Right. Right. So Sonak Muni is asking further questions to Sud Goswamiji Maharaj. And who is Sonak Muni?
मुनियों के लीडर, सभी
Right.
मुनियों के जो हैं इकट्ठे हुए थे.
Right. तो नैमी सारण्य पे जो सारे ऋषि मुनि इकट्ठा हुए हैं, and all the rishi munis are requesting Sud Goswamiji Maharaj to recite the Srimad Bhagvatam. Sonak Muni is the head of all those rishis. Hmm? So on behalf of all the rishis, Sonak Muni is asking, Yudhishthira now became the king, but of course his consciousness, because so many people have been killed in the war, how did he freely enjoy his kingdom with unrestricted consciousness? Right? So that's a question Sonak Muni is asking Sud Goswamiji Maharaj. Suta Vache Vanchikurorvashadavagni Nihartam Sanrohayitva Bhavano Harihe Niveshayitva Nij Raja Ishvaro Yudhishtaram Pritamana Babhuve. Sud Goswamiji said, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the maintainer of the world, became pleased after re-establishing Maharaj Yudhishthira in his own kingdom and after restoring the Kuru dynasty, which had been exhausted by the bamboo fire of anger. Right? So,
Nishmaya Bhishmokta Matya Yuktokta Pravarta Vigyan Vidut Vibramah Shashash Gamindra Iva Jitashrah Paridhyopanta Manujanu Vartitah. Maharaj Yudhishthir, after being enlightened by what was spoken by Bhishma Dev and Lord Shri Krishna, the infallible engaged himself in matters of perfect knowledge because all his misgivings were eradicated. Thus he ruled over the earth and seas and was followed by his younger brothers. Hare Krishna.
that's right. So basically what happened was Maharaj Yudhishthira, even though he was feeling so bad, he was enlightened by none other than Bhishma Pitama and advised by none other than Lord Sri Krishna, and then he ruled the world. Arun?
काममा ववर्ष पर्जन्यः सर्वकामा दुःख माहि शिशिकुस्म व्रजनं गवः पायासोऽध्यावतु मुद. During the reign of Maharaja Yudhishthira, the clouds showered all the water that people needed, and the earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. Due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with milk. Hare Krishna.
तो महाराज युधिष्ठिर का राज डिस्क्राइब हो रहा है. रवि?
नद्य समुद्रा गिरय वनस्पति विरुद्ध फलन्त्योष्यधेय सर्वा काम मंत्र वृतु तस्य वे. The rivers, oceans, hills, mountains, forests, creepers, and active drugs in every season paid their tax quota to the king of profusion. Hare Krishna.
निशा?
नाधयो व्याध्ययः क्लेशादैव भूतात्वहेतवः अजातशत्रावभवन जन्तूनां राज्ञि कर्हिचित्. Because of the kings having no enemy, the living beings were not at any time disturbed by mental agonies, disease, or excessive heat or cold. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So no mental agonies, no diseases, no COVID, right? Excessive heat or cold. That was Maharaj Yudhishthira's kingdom. Anilji?
जी उषित्वा हास्तिनपुरे मासान कतिपयान हरिः सुहृदां च विशोकाय स्वशुश्च प्रिय काम्यता. Sri Hari, Lord Sri Krishna, resided at Hastinapur for a few months to pacify his relatives and please his own sister Subhadra. Hare Krishna.
Right. So Sri Krishna, Lord Krishna is still staying in Hastinapur for some time. Yeah, Rasiksham Prabhuji?
अमन्त्र्यः च अभ्यनुगातः परिस्वजाभिवाद्यतमा आरुरोह रथं कश्चित् परिवस्वक्तो अभिवादितः. Afterwards, when the Lord asked permission to depart and the king gave it, the Lord offered his respect to Maharaj Yudhishthira by bowing down at his feet, and the king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisances, got into his chariot.
So the Lord Krishna getting onto his chariot. Aru Roha Ratham. Okay. Let's just do one more quickly. Shubhadra Draupadi Kunti Virat Tanaya Tatha Gandhari Dhritarashtra Cha Yutsurgotamo Yamo Vriko Daraksha Dhumyaksha Istriyo Matasya Sudadaya Nase Hire Vimuhanto Virham Shangar Gandhanvanaham. At that time, Shubhadra, Draupadi, Kunti, Uttara, Gandhari, Dhritarashtra, Yuyutsu, Kripacharya, Nakul, Sahadev, Bhimsena, Dhumya, and Satyavati all nearly fainted because it was impossible for them to bear separation of Lord Krishna. Because Lord Krishna is going to leave Hastinapur, going to go to Dwarka. So what happened? Vimuhanto Viraham. So Viraham mein all those close to Lord Krishna fainted. So I think we are going to stop here and then continue tomorrow with Lord Krishna going to Dwarka. Okay. So now it's Damodar month, right? So in Damodar month, generally everybody does a Damodar Ashtakam. So we are going to start Damodar Ashtakam now. And it's only 3 minutes, so this one is 12 minutes. So we'll continue this, we'll continue where we stop. We'll continue from there, right? Next day.
नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले रजमानं. नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले रजमानं. यशोदाभियोलुकलाधवमानं यशोदाभियोलुकलाधवमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या. नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले रजमानं. नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले रजमानम्. रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्र युग्मं मृजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सातं च नेत्रम् रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्र युग्ममृजन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् मुहुश्वासकं पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम्